What's going on, guys? It's Brendan Borman back for another 270 stream. Hope you guys had a fun and safe 4th of July holiday. And I am showing you guys the final results from the 4th of July tournament. I finished 51-0 and I finished in 5th place. So shout out to everyone who was on the leaderboard here. Definitely some good players. Um, there's Siraj, but Jason Casey did really well. There's Troy Moore. Supin, Marty's up there. Dan Palm, number 32, man, he gave me some really good games. Come and Get It didn't play him, but of course, I'm sure he was using some sort some sort of mega vice president, as most people were. But really, there's Agatha, who in just a few minutes you'll see me play a quick 1 minute game, my first game post tournament. There's Richard Atfeld. So again, some big names in the leaderboard. We had George Fry, we had TJ Beck making an appearance. But anyway, I'm going to talk about my thoughts of the tournament. In the background here, you will have a match I just streamed against Agatha. He was using the double Obama. I was using Trump, colluding Trump with Kellyanne Conway. So, of course, the mega national group bonus. But anyway, this is not a strategy I actually used during the tournament. I was Obama, and I had Hillary Clinton as my vice president. So I pretty much stuck to the state groups. So anyway, shout out to 270 for providing a tournament and of course prizes. I definitely cashed in some of my brownie points with my wife to be on my phone a lot and kind of grind past Eugene versus Debs and the Lone Ranger tonight. But anyway, I did post on the lounge, and I know I saw some other posts about the turn 8 kind of controversy, and it is what it is. Personally, I did not forfeit. I did have one match just today with a player who I'd actually beaten already twice, and that was Garrett. Shout out to Garrett. But my phone died on like turn 2 or so, and so again, that was really early. I would not have just forfeited, but I know it can be tempting when there's prizes and just kind of glory on the line. But I don't know, when you match up versus a good player, that's part of the battle. You get a chance to knock off one of your competition. I played Eugene versus Debs twice. I played Daniel Warren. I played some really high quality players. And there were some players like that Dan Palm guy. He had me dead to rights. And if it wasn't for my ability to quick ballot with a 1 minute timer, I would have lost probably really early on. So anyway, with this, I know there was an update, and I kind of like the changes. It's been a while since I made a YouTube video, but I like the update to the game. It looks a little bit more sleek, and I've been able to definitely grind out a few more games with this 1 minute timer. Now, it's not everyone's favorite, and I will admit that it's an advantage to me, in my opinion, because I'm more of a feel player than I am a strictly math player. And while that can make me unpredictable, and in certain matchups I can exploit that, there really is a mathematical way to play the game and be efficient, and depending on what your opponent does. And the 1 minute timer kind of balances that. You can make a mistake, you can miss a turn, you can forget to, you know, check to see where your opponents are. Heck, you can even, waste half your turn watching the results, which is the one thing I do not like. I wish the 1 minute timer would start after you see the recap of who invested in what state on the prior turn, but at the moment, that's not what we have. Um, so anyway, my go-to has been in the 1 minute to go ahead and just hit skip and then click on my opponent's icon to see what state they're invested. If I need to see the state, I will go um, into that specific state. But for the most part, that's what served me the best. Now, I made the mistake of not joining the tournament until July the 3rd. So it was a grind for me to get 51 games in the last 3 days, especially with yesterday being a holiday and having family over. And I didn't play very many games yesterday. So I definitely appreciate 270 giving us an extended period to play our games. I also like the system where you're not eliminated with one loss. I didn't play enough games. That's my own fault. But I was even struggling to find games today in the lobby. I actually played three back to back to back multiplayer games: a 3 person, and a 5 person. Just because I was, at some point, 270 had made a Facebook post saying that there were hours left. I think Bart, who plays as the username Holland, had asked how many hours, and they never responded. So I'm like, well, heck, I gotta get 6 more wins, and I've got to do it in a hurry. So I don't know, just kind of fun. Again, I have placed in the past, and I won an gift card to Amazon, but I don't know. That's not why. I mean, it's more bragging rights than anything. Speaking of bragging rights, definitely want to give a shout out to a couple players here. First off, it was humbling being drafted in the Fantasy 270 draft. I was the third overall pick, and I am sorry to Nathan Williams, I let you down. Richard Gadd took me out in the first round. Richard is, I wouldn't call him a up and coming player. He's been around the game for a while, but I've played him a lot in multiplayer matches, and you know, I didn't, not to use an excuse of I didn't like my candidate, but I played with Ronald Reagan, who does have the national groups, and I made the mistake of relying on that, and Richard exploited it. He took several key bonuses and just kept moving on to bonus, and so he knocked me out. So shout out to Richard on that accomplishment, and then one more shout out, Lorette took out Jason Casey in one of the most epic ballots I've ever seen. I don't want to beat a dead horse that's been kind of out there. Jason is a heck of a player, and I know he was wanting to take home a tournament championship, but trust me, that is coming, and it would not shock me if in the next 6 to 12 months, Jason is actually leading this entire game and wins. As much as he plays his streams. So we appreciate you, Jason, and Javier for stepping up. Supan has been a really good commentator on the lounge for a while, but Javier with his Rio Honda League and all the various leagues going on. And then I apologize, I didn't get the guy's name, but there is a gentleman on the lounge doing custom player profiles, visual art for hypothetical players such as Kanye West or even Artem or just some other players, and that's really cool. A new kind of way to engage with people. And shout out to that guy. 270 really ought to compensate that guy somehow. There's a lot of us who put a lot of time, probably too much time and energy into this game, but it's a great game. And even though we've got different people on different sides of the political aisle, we can at least respectfully, engage in competition. Except when there's a gift card on the line, apparently we like to forfeit on turn 8. So don't be that person. But anyway, this game in particular, this guy, I just pressured him a little bit, and he would overreact and close off all his states. So I don't know. I really was trying to get just a ballot. I knew that I wouldn't be able to quite do it, and so I've got a constant eye on the clock. But by doing a little bit now, yes, the guy may know my strategy, but you have a lot less time that you have to spend. There's only 3 or 4 more states, so plus I had the money advantage in this particular matchup, so I wasn't too worried about it. But anyway, those were just some of my thoughts. So definitely let me know what you think about the tournament. How did you do in the tournament? Did I play you in the tournament? Do you like the fact that there are vice presidents? I know that's not really going away, but I know we all want to see like if someone has it, but is that different to you if someone were to forfeit because they don't have a vice president? Personally, that was fine. I did not have a problem with anyone forfeiting on turn number 1. If it got beyond that, it was a little bit questionable, but once you get to turn 8, oftentimes a game is decided, and I don't know, we don't want people farming wins by playing different accounts, and the threshold being higher, I guess, discourages that. But if people are going to do it, they're going to do that anyway. So it's sad, but I know that there are a lot of good people out there, a lot of new players who are looking to learn, and you're more than welcome to hit me up on Facebook. I've had a couple players do that in the last couple weeks. You're more than welcome to hit up different players from the lounge, make a post. It's a great way to get connected. And if you're on the fence about trying a league or trying a tournament, we've all been there. We've all embarrassed ourselves. It's okay. There's always another game, and you might pick up a strategy or something from a different player, and that might make or break your ability to win. So anyway, this Agatha guy quit, but we were on turn 14. It was just kind of going through the motions here. After he quits, it's always beautiful to see the 538 score. So anyway, good to be back. Good to talk to you guys, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next 270 stream.